evening. Good evening. Welcome to Let's Talk with Casey and Mike. We are here tonight. We're going to talk about overall health, men and women. So we're going to dive in, and we hope that it enlightens somebody. As everybody knows, I am Casey, and this is my best friend, Michael. And we're just ready to Let's Talk. So, cuz health. What do we got? What do we got? We're gonna let you start
Okay.
off tonight with that.
All right. So we have a lot of good information. So just kind of give you guys a rundown. So what we do is Casey and I pick a topic way in advance, and he and I do research, and we think about what we're going to discuss. But we never talk about what we're going to discuss when we get together. We just kind of Casey and Michael talking.
Oh,
So we had a couple of minutes before the show, and I was letting Casey know that I am not here to insult anybody. I am very matter of fact with certain things. So please forgive me. I love you guys, but this is about us being healthy and taking care of ourselves because America is just obese just in general. We're just obese just in general. We are. I mean, you can look at what we eat and all those things. We just are. But there are some things that I think we should know when we talk about us being obese because I'm considered obese. I'm considered obese right now, and so
and
um,
if you're obese,
but there's something that comes with that. There's something that comes with that. So,
right?
I looked at all of the scales and I looked at like where is this coming from? Because I try to go to the gym, I try and do these things. And so if you go by the BMI chart, I went and did some research on the BMI chart and come to find out in the hold on, please forgive me, guys. I should have had this. It was in the early 1900s. Let me find the facts. But in the mid 19th century, is that it was only done on white men on how they got this scale. So there were no ethnic groups included, there were no women included, there was nothing. And so as muscle tone wasn't, it was just white males between a certain age, and so that's where they got this scale from. So the lifestyles and being black or being Hispanic or being Asian or being whatever meant it means nothing. Last time I went to the doctor, I questioned him about that. I'm like, look, I'm trying to do everything I can. I'm working now. I go to the gym. I'm running. And he was like, yeah, well, the BMI, that's what the BMI says. And I said, well, does it take into consideration, like muscle and all that stuff? It's like, well, I mean, it doesn't really take into consideration all those things, but that's the scale that we go by. And I'm like, so when he said that, it was like, beep, because you're not taking into consideration who I am or anyone else. It should be based on an individual thing. And so that BMI, it just went out the window because you didn't take me in consideration when you created it. So that's one of those things that we have to look at. Now, I'm not using that as an excuse to say, hey guys, that BMI, that's not fair. They're not using that on us. And that, yeah, so because we got to be real about the thing. We have to be real about what we do and who we are and what scale we use and all these things. But we know when we know when we should be doing things. And as a caveat, we have Manjaro, Ozempic, and all these things that are used, and that's wonderful and that's good. But those things are helping you lose weight, helping you do certain things. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're in shape. It's helping you with some other things. Even though you're taking those things and you're losing weight and you're doing this, you should still go out, walk and run and eat right and do all those things because just because you're small don't mean you're in shape.
Absolutely,
It does not.
absolutely. It's so many things on water intake. A lot of
Absolutely.
people don't go to the gym. A lot of people don't go to the gym, and it's not about bulking up, but it's about strengthening the muscle around those bones
That's right.
that you're going to need when you get older.
That's right.
so you can bend down and pick up
That's
your
right.
own groceries, so you can bend down, tie your shoes.
That's right.
So, I mean, and not just eating right, not just moving, but one of the most critical things that I know for myself is stretching.
Yes.
Stretching does wonders. Stretching
Yep.
does wonders.
Yep.
So I ain't finna sit here and act like no health guru
Right.
at all, but I am active.
Right.
I'm active. I don't have shortness of breath. We have a biannual full scale physical at my job, and which thankfully they've gotten quite a few people where their lives were saved. We had one guy a couple of years ago that actually had what they call the widowmaker, and
Heard of it.
it was found during this exam because they do everything. I don't even know if you can pay for the exams that we go through from your doctor, but I would tell anybody to get the full physical. Get a full physical. Tell them to give you everything that they can give you so that we stay ahead of these things.
Yep.
It's we know just in our circle of family and friends, it's probably been, and I'm just talking about black males right now, it's probably been I'll venture to say about 7 or 8 that have died from health related issues,
Yep.
and those silent killers: heart disease, heart attack,
Right.
stroke, high
Mm-hmm.
blood pressure, diabetes. I mean, these things are real. These things are real. And a lot of times when you start having problems, not a lot of times, it's almost always when you start having problems, it has already gone too far.
Yep.
Already gone too far.
That's right. And when you bring that up, my brother Travis, a lot of you guys know Travis. Who don't? He was my youngest brother. He died because he had heart problems. And I'm not going to say, oh, he had heart problems. Travis was doing other things to contribute to his heart problems. But and I know you guys are going to get tired of me saying this, but when that happened to him, as I said before, it scared me. And so I I had to go to the doctor and I had to get looked at because I started panicking. Every little thing I thought, oh, something wrong with me, because Travis was 42. I think he was 42 when he passed away from his heart deal. So along with the psychological issues I had, I went to the doctor and I was like, oh, my heart is skipping a beat and it was all these things. So went to the cardiologist, went to my doctor. She was like, well, I mean, you're looking at your blood work is good, whatever, and she was like, sounds like your stuff is mental. I said, I appreciate that, but I need to go see a cardiologist. And she was like, we'll set you up. And so I went to the cardiologist. They ran this test. I had to do a stress test, did all the things, and he looked at my heart and was like, you have a pretty strong heart. It can be years before you come. And that was a blessing because when he said those things to me, it resolved a lot of other issues because I was making myself sick because of the mental anguish. And just to tap on what you said about the men going to see the doctor, if you have any kind of insurance, most insurance companies or policies it's free for you to go get annual checkups. My wife and I have been dealing with insurance for a long time, but most times for you to go and get an annual checkup, a complete annual checkup, is usually free. Now I know insurance has gotten all out of control and it's expensive and things of that nature, but I believe annuals are usually free. You just have to do them. It's just have to do, and because what you said is you're right. We just chug along and doing things, and
Right.
instead of going yearly or every other year or whatever to get it checked out, we like, man,
Yeah.
I'm straight. And
Yeah.
so that we especially can't do that. We must go and get checked out because, like you said, a guy that's your job, the widow maker,
Right.
it's crazy. I mean, it's
Because
crazy to have to do it.
we don't feel it. We don't feel things happening. So we don't pay close enough attention to it. We feel like, oh, if I'm gonna have a stroke, I should be feeling something.
Yeah.
Or if my heart is weak, they have all of these signs that you're supposed to check for. I ain't having jaw pain, or my left arm ain't hurting, so I'm good. There was a friend of mine, his brother passed. He literally thought that he had um, gas.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just felt it up in his chest. He had eaten dinner, told his wife, you know what? I just need some antacid. Can you go get me something from the store? Came back, he was dead. He had died from a heart attack. So there's so many instances that we lose people. And like you said, we're getting up in this age now where the losses are starting to be in our age range.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, we're 50 and over, so
Yep.
we're starting to see these things happen. So I definitely want to do better myself, but I just encourage everybody, man, to at least first of all do something that you can accomplish,
Mm-hmm.
and not don't go get a gym membership and you ain't never spent 1 minute in a gym.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not going. You're
yeah.
not going to, but little things like, for instance, if you don't walk that much, just increase your walking first. Just increase your walking. I try to routinely get 10,000 steps a day. I don't hit it every day, but I would say about 80% of the time I get 10,000 steps. I do like to move. I would shoot basketball. I was playing tennis with my son before he moved to New York. He got a little bit too good for me, so I let that
I didn't
ride.
know you playing tennis.
I was playing tennis. I
Cuz
was
I
playing
didn't know. I didn't know you was playing
And
tennis.
I'm gonna let him tell you what motivated him to get better. I ain't gonna tell the story. I'm gonna let him tell you. But once he got better, it was a wrap. I was I was done. I was done. But I mean, just moving, racquetball, tennis, playing with the grandkids is a boost. Trust me. Playing with the grandkids when they want to go and everybody want to do something different, that's a lot. I
But that's
love
what
it.
stay in shape to play with the
Right.
grandkids. You know,
Right. Exactly.
and something you said, and you said it fast, and I don't know if people understand how important water is because because it changes so much when you drink
Right.
water. I hated drinking water.
Right.
Okay, and throw another thing at that. Something happened to one of my other brothers, and he had some health issues and still kind of going through some things. But they told him you got to drink water because what happened to him was dehydrated. You know, things happen, whatever.
Yep.
That was I don't know. Oh, I don't know, 18 years. Ever since that happened, keep it. Keep it.
Sir.
I
Yes,
keep
sir.
it because I'm like, well, that's so simple. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are things that we need to do, but drinking water is simple.
Right.
Drinking water is a simple thing to do. So I might not like it all the time. So every once in a while, I get I don't know, Crystal Light packet, whatever those packets are, if I need some
Yep.
flavoring. But for the most part, I drink water, and it's amazing how much better you feel.
You
It
feel
really
it.
is.
You feel it better. You can feel the difference when you take the water. I actually go to a DO, not an MD. So he will go to extreme measures to not have to include any kind of chemical medicines. Mostly he encourages natural healing. So
Mhm.
one of the things that he told me was, which I didn't know until I started going to him, was water intake is different for everybody. What you're supposed to do as far as your water intake is concerned, your body weight, you're supposed to drink half of your body weight in ounces a day. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you're supposed to drink 50 ounces of water. Now, that increases
I didn't know that.
with your activity. So if you're sweating, you're exerting energy, you definitely want to increase. So at 200 pounds, you're supposed to drink 100 ounces of water a day. And that's just to keep your body, all of your cells fresh, everything in your body operating properly. We're mostly water. We're
Yeah.
mostly water. So all of that needs to take place. I was always drinking water basically for vocal issues,
Right.
just to
Right.
keep the vocals correct. So it wasn't hard for me to do it, but I hated water when I'm at dinner and stuff. My thing is Arnold Palmer sweet tea. Anybody know me? Arnold Palmer sweet tea. I don't like that Arnold Palmer today. I won't watch him play golf or nothing because he got me. Arnold Palmer sweet tea. But You know, we all have something, a weakness, and that's one of them. I feel like if I can give that up, I can certainly, that'll be one thing that falls off. That
Right.
is, I'm sure, having a negative effect. Bless you. Having a negative effect on my health. While you were talking, I was looking at a stat that the percent of men aged 20 and older with hypertension. This is Black and African American right here. This stuck out to me. I did not realize this. 20 and older, 56.8%. 56.8%.
That's up there.
Now, do you have a blood pressure machine at your house?
Yes.
I encourage anybody to do that too.
So we always talk about my issues. Let me tell you what issue I have. When I'm checking my blood pressure at the house, I'm good. When I go to the doctor,
you know what they call that, right? White coat syndrome.
White coat syndrome. Yes.
Yep.
I have.
Just some nervousness.
Yes. Every time, and she don't believe me. Well, when I was going to this lady, she was like, I said, when I'm at home, my blood pressure's fine. I said,
right.
When I know I have a doctor's appointment and I have to come, driving there, it goes up, and I can feel it. And as a matter of fact, when they get there and they take my blood pressure, I always say, take my blood pressure at the end of the thing. They take it in, boop, it drops down because I've gotten past or whatever, and it goes down 20, 30 points. Easy.
Yeah.
And so
that routinely happens for me. Yeah.
And I mean, it's just
I'd rather them do it later.
Yes.
And I hate it when they call you back as soon as you get in. It's like, hey, y'all finna think that I need to be seen like it right now, because I routinely park further out on purpose, so I get my steps in. So I don't park up close. I park further out. And I got in. I think my last visit, I got in, and it was like, soon as I sat down, I checked in. The lady's like, "Okay, I got you in." I sat down. I got my phone out to listen to something on YouTube, and before I could hit play, they was calling my name. I'm like, oh man. Let me tell you, I know it's gonna be hot, but she did what I asked. She took it right then, but I said, can you take it after I get settled in the back and before the doctor comes?
Wow.
And she did that. She took it again, and it was like 128/82.
Ooh, that's fancy.
But before that, it was like 140/94. So I'm like, nah, that ain't my blood pressure. Trust me. But that's real.
It works. It happens. Real. And again, didn't happen until my blood pressure was fine. When Travis passed away, everything it just messed me up. And so that's one thing that I'm still working on. So it's real. White coat syndrome is a real thing, y'all. It really is, because I'm always worried about what they're gonna say, what they're gonna do. When I went to the cardiologist, I was like, look, I'm here because of this. I'm telling you. It's like, well, we're gonna check your heart. And they went through that's like, you have a really strong heart. I was like, I understand that, but my blood pressure, and I told him the reason. My cardiologist understood more than my regular doctor. He was like, well, I understand that because but my who used to be my doctor, she's not my doctor anymore. And she didn't help the situation when I was first going. She didn't help the situation. It was she wasn't helping our situation, and so I'm like, I got to change doctor, somebody who I feel comfortable with, and that's real too.
Well, and I don't want to knock doctors.
Yes,
but I do want to encourage to do some self-research, but also don't let your research outweigh what the doctors say. Don't let your research outweigh what the doctors say. That's just what I want to encourage people, because a lot of people go to WebMD and they go to all of these different places, and it's like, look, don't self-diagnose. Get you some real data, because you don't want to be around here acting like and thinking that you got it all together, and you might have vessels that are collapsing. You don't feel these things. I mean, some signs come in the way of headaches, and
Yep.
there are certain things that's happening, but don't self-diagnose, but also look at the reviews of these doctors.
Yes.
You can pull up, any
Yep.
kind of lawsuits against the doctors. You
Yep.
can do your research. Do your research. Get you a reputable doctor that's
Yep.
known for being clear, honest, communicative, and make
Yep.
sure that they're giving you the right information.
The doctor I had before her was amazing. I mean, he was amazing. But he went to another another, and I was like, crap.
Yep.
So I went through like 3 doctors before I got to her. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I ain't talking down doctors because you need to go. Okay,
Right.
they're gonna be like, so you're gonna have somebody say, well, you need to pray those, you need to pray, and I do. I pray, love God.
Always.
And so here is the thing. God made doctors, and we are to go to doctors. There are things that you need. God can work miracles. He can, but there is nothing wrong with going to the doctor to get checked out. We need to. Everyone needs to, but we as Black men especially need to.
Right.
It's important. It's a good preventative thing to do. The stresses that we are under, everybody's under stresses, but that's for another conversation. We'll talk about the stresses and things of that nature. But I'm getting ready to hit on something that's gonna make people mad again. You ready, Mr. Jones?
Let's do it. Let's talk.
All right. So we talked about BMI and blah 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 and all that stuff.
Right.
So here is a little something that I have a little problem with. When we say, you should have that positive body image, and I don't care, I weigh 300 and whatever, but I love my body. And stop that. Stop it. Stop that. I'm not saying that you can't be, beautiful, and I'm not saying that, but look. There's a difference from being body positive and being unhealthy and not taking care of yourself. You can't say, you can't go around saying, look, yeah, I know I'm 400 pounds, but I'm 400 and fine. Go to the doctor. Look, that's not healthy. It's not. If you're going and you're working out and you're doing whatever, that's good. But that body positive has gone over. Lizzo, remember Lizzo used to, hey, have you seen Lizzo now? She has lost all kinds of weight. Why did she lose weight? Because she had issues.
Health issues. Yeah.
She had health issues.
Yeah. And just a couple of years before that, it was like, no, I don't care. This is me, yada, yada, yada. But
yes.
You're right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get in so much trouble from. Okay. But the thing is, we have to stop making excuses for being lazy. Just because you don't want to work out and eat right and drink water and do whatever, don't give me that I like this. Some people might, but I don't think that's. Casey, go ahead and save me, please.
I'm enjoying the talk.
You just enjoying me getting myself in trouble. That's all you're doing. That's it. But it's true. It's
so true.
It is true. I help people. There have been people that I work with who will come to me and say, "Hey, can you put together a workout plan for me?" Yeah, I will help anyone. I will do it. But stop that. Stop that.
Now.
There we go. Counteracting. Hit me up.
I love the self-confidence. I love the self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, but it's going to come at a cost. It's going to come at a cost. You're right. You're right. I just
Self-confidence is wonderful. It is. As a matter of fact, in many areas of my life, I lack self-confidence. There are many things that I love self-confidence, but we'll talk about that. The things that I lack self-confidence in, there really are. But oh man, the opposite way. You have
Okay, listen. No.
Okay,
What was your biggest challenge when you decided that you were gonna start working out, being healthy? It was gonna be a lifestyle. What was your biggest challenge?
no, mine was not like I'm gonna do better. Mine was a psychological thing. I was always the smallest person in school. I was skinny. I was my and this is so far off topic, guys. I am so sorry, but I'm telling the truth. Mine wasn't like, because I ran track, I ran hurdles, I did all those things, and I mean I was in shape and did that stuff, but I was always the small, just tiny little whatever. And so I graduated from high school, went to some years in college, and I was still that. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get in shape. Now there was one thing other than that. Seeing my dad and my uncles and my aunts, not being in shape, and other relatives,
Right.
dying because of think if God takes me, I want it to be because God is ready for me to go. I don't want to help him out.
You don't want to quicken the date, huh?
Exactly. I don't want to quicken the day. I want to do it. So I try to stay healthy. I try and do it as much as I can. If God want to take me in whatever accident or whatever, okay, that God decided it was time for me to go. I don't want to do any self-inflict. Oh, let me pause. There are things that I do that I shouldn't do as far I'll eat some stuff I'm not supposed to do. And I do things like that. I do. Now I'll justify it by like, I'm a stay at the gym an extra hour. I justify things. I do those things.
Right.
So don't pretend that, oh, he eats perfectly. I don't. I don't. I do things that I shouldn't do, and I try and justify it in my mind with, oh, I'm gonna do this right. So don't think that. But seeing my aunts and uncles and cousins and what dying earlier than they should, and there wasn't really a active. My parents, they were out. We used to go to, but they weren't really like, hey, we're gonna go to the park and go for a walk. And my parents were old when I came up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't too much that they were going to do. So it was a I just decided to kind of do it first because of my mental. I was like, and I don't want to be the smallest little thing. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. So this is why I'm going to do it. Then the older I got, it was more about I don't want to die like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I love my family. I love them, but that was just a personal choice I made where I'm going to do better. I'm going to try and do better and things of that nature. I don't even know if I answered your question because
No, because all that was good information. But I mean, you said something, you hit on something about the family and how you witnessed them going through health challenges, but a lot of that comes from heredity too. So if you know it's in your bloodline, if you know certain things are in your heredity, it's even more important. Like on my paternal side, diabetes is prominent. Thankfully, that's not a concern for me. And I don't want it to be. So that's why I'm trying to increase the movement, trying to increase the lifting, trying to increase the stretching, trying to increase the water intake, doing, the things that just going to make your body better. And when we think about how those things are affecting our families, I mean, when you look around, it's like, wait a minute, the people around me are struggling with this, struggling with that, and don't even have, a lot of them don't even have bad eating habits. It's just a part of our bloodline. So that one, diabetes, heart disease, cancers are prominent, especially we already have the highest death rate,
Yeah.
As far as Black males are
Yeah.
concerned.
Yeah.
But that's encouraging to know that you just had to lock in. You really just had to lock in. I know you really wasn't that skinny. I know you think you were skinny. You really were. But you was always moving. You was always moving. You was always moving. It's
I
like,
was always
why
moving.
is Michael running?
I did. I was up and down the road. This is true.
Yeah, you was always moving. Always moving. Anytime you rarely would walk somewhere. It was like you was always jogging to wherever you needed to go. Even if it's from the front door to the back door, you was running. It's like,
do you know the people at my job tell me, where you going to this day? My gate, because I walk so fast going back.
Walk fast?
I do it all the time.
Really?
I walk fast from my office to my director's office. I'm just always walking. So everybody just know. They just know. They don't have to turn and say, hey, Michael. I guess it's just in me. It is. It's
just a part of you. Either that or you knew you better hurry up and get to Earl when he called you.
That's where it started. That's where it started. I ain't lying. You know what?
It was different back then. It was different back then. Yeah.
When he called you,
these kids get 30 chances now, man. That's another health issue. Parents, quit stressing yourself out. Quit stressing yourself out with these kids. Y'all better get up and go. Like I said it on another discussion. Go inspect what you expect. Parents done got lazy because
that's right.
Just lack of movement.
Yeah.
Lack of movement. I saw a statistic that said that oh my goodness, what was it? It was an illness, it was a mental illness that they determined increased because of the amount of television and screen time. Television and screen time. I'm not a big TV person at all, thankfully. My granddad used to call it the idiot box. But I'm not a big TV person, but I know, when you're just logged into the screen all the time, like life goes by. We would never get August the 13th. Yesterday, the 13th. We'll never get August the 13th back again. And some people, will. I am right. It's the 13th. It's the 13th.
Yeah,
it's 13th. So we'll never get that time back. So just it's vital. Get up, move, walk for 5 minutes. If you did not walk all day today, get up and walk in place while you're watching TV. You watching TV for 4 or 5 hours. At least walk for 20 of those minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's helpful. It will help. You want to preserve whatever you can preserve. You want to preserve whatever you can preserve. I actually have a water intake app. It's aggravating. It's so aggravating, but by the time it goes off, I normally have already drank the amount of water it's telling me to drink. Right. So I have it scheduled where it tells me every couple hours what amount of water to drink. But it's helpful. It's helpful because on the weekends I don't drink as much as I do at work.
Right.
That so on the weekends,
the routine
helps. Yep. You tend to go out a little more on the weekends, and I don't do sodas. Thankfully, I don't do a bunch of sweet drink. I don't do the Kool-Aids and the punches and all that on a promo sweet day. I can get rid of that. I'm straight. But I mean, I do a lot of water at restaurants with a little lemon on the side. The acidity of the lemon is good too for the breaking down of the food. Yeah, the acidity of the lemon. If you realize any Asian restaurant that you go to, they always have acidic fruit on the bar. Yeah, that's their culture. They follow their meal up with acidic fruit. It's either some oranges or tangerines or some kind of lemon or some grapefruit. They'll follow it up because how many times you seen a big Asian?
Very seldom. Very seldom.
Very seldom. And they eat a bunch of the stuff that our culture say don't eat. Noodles and rice.
Yep. Look at
it.
That's right.
I say go eat a bunch of noodles and rice. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
But the way that they eat, the way that you're right. You're right.
The way that they eat, the way that they eat. Another thing that I want to tell people about, I follow this guy, and I've start paying more attention when I'm shopping. When I'm shopping, it's not the actual type of foods that you want, but it's more important about the ingredients. A lot of the foods are causing a lot of the cancers, are causing a lot of the ailments.
Yep.
If you look at any of your whites, especially rice,
Yep.
grits, you see a lot of things that contain flour enriched. Anytime you see enriched, that's a process where
Processed
they've
food.
taken out the natural germination
Yeah.
and they've replaced that
Yep.
with a chemical form
Yep.
to either make it last longer.
Yep.
Preservatives. Yeah, preservatives.
That's right.
What is a preservative? What is a preservative? What you think they're putting in your body when you die?
It's a chemical.
And they're putting formaldehyde.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's a preservative.
That's right.
All of these things work against you. All of these things work against you. So it's vital, especially for our people, man.
Yes.
Just move a little more. Sweat. I hear people say they don't like to sweat. Sweating is great.
It gets rid of the toxins.
It's a release of toxins. Sunlight is natural vitamin D.
Yep.
It is vital for your immune system. Go out in the sun. I ain't talking about sunbathing and all that. It's dangerous to be in those rays for too long.
That's right.
But it's natural vitamin D. Get out of the city. Get amongst some trees. You know, we grew up in the country.
Absolutely.
When my family moved out, we bought some property, and I always wanted to be in the country. So we bought, because I grew up in the country, and then we bought more property in the country.
Yep.
And when I would come into the city, it was always warmer. And it's like people didn't believe me until they came to my house. Like, man, it feels cooler out here because it's full of oxygen. It's full of oxygen. Yep. All this natural oxygen. And then when you go in town, you got all the asphalt, you got all the concrete, you got all the buildings, you got all the cars, all the gas, all the, you know, so many things that we do. Like I said, I like to park further.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not, 4, 5, or 6 levels, I like sometimes to take, when I'm by myself, I do it. When I'm with my wife, we're going to go where we're going. Mm-hmm. But I take the stairs. I was in Atlanta one time and took the stairs down because the elevators were full of people, and I was on the 22nd floor. By the time I got to the car, I lost 13 pounds.
But let me make mention real quick. First, it's amazing what you've done. You lost weight and you have gotten healthy, and you look absolutely wonderful. I mean, was it difficult? Was it difficult for you?
Because you're gonna see it. You're gonna see.
Oh, I thought you froze. I'm like, no, because you worked out.
I'll say this. It feels good to be in shape. Being overweight and being out of shape, 2 different things. I'm overweight. It
absolutely is.
I got to drop some weight, but I am not out of shape. I guarantee you, my sons can tell you that I tried the old man,
Oh, them fools ain't that crazy.
Not in a serious way, but.
Oh, I know, but I mean, still, like when you're wrestling around, they have to know who the boss is.
Yeah, like I said, my oldest son, we would play tennis together, and yeah, I ain't gonna brag.
But there's a difference. You don't have to be skinny to be in shape. No,
definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, all right. So
what I like to be able to do is exert an extreme amount of energy and not pant. Like, you there?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I like to be able to exert that energy and not have to pant, not be gasping for air. Like, I like to be done doing what I'm doing, and I can still be standing up while somebody else bending down, sucking in air. So that's one of the things that, that's why I stay moving. That's why, when I go to the gym, I practice pushing and pulling. I try to even my workouts where my body can respond from top to bottom and not wear certain parts out. But yeah, it's a process. I ain't going and doing it near as much as I should be. But
y'all was doing that. Whatchamacallit? What's that video? Because we used to do them. The video you used to do. The crazy man, the crazy.
Oh, you talking about Billy Blanks?
You did Billy Blanks? No, I'm talking about the other guy. The one who had Tanya. I knew their name, Tanya, and he bald-headed guy. You were doing it, Casey, because we were talking about
the you talking about P90X?
It's in conjunction with P90X. It's the guy with P90X. Because you were doing that
for a little while. For a little while.
That was
so hard. This is the thing. It is also vital to have someone that will do it with you, that will call you out when you're lazy, and you can call them out when they're lazy. Because you already know you go way more than I do. It's gonna be some days it's like, nah, I don't feel like going.
Tanya used to get mad. That's why my marriage got better when I stopped. When we stopped. Now you should always do things together, but my marriage improved when we stopped doing things together, because she would get mad at me because she didn't like doing stuff with me.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You find things that you do together.
Yes.
But then that's a reconnect. You you go to the gym, you go do your thing, you go shopping, go get your hair done, go chill with your girls. I'm gonna chill with the guys.
Yes.
And then we come back together, and now we got our time. Yes. We do what we want, but you don't want to curtail your life around your spouse's life, and you don't want her to curtail. Nah, I don't want you having to. Don't think you have to do what I have to do. I mean, my wife and family love spending time with me, but I do like to break away and go. Because see, when I go do things, I go to the man mall. I call the man mall. That's Lowe's and Home Depot. So I go in those stores. Like my wife will go shopping for clothes or in Ross. I can't stand them kind of stores.
Right.
I don't. I'll go in Lowe's and I'll walk down every aisle of the store when I'm by myself. Right. But when somebody else is with me, I go in there, get what I went for, come on out.
Yeah, I totally understand. Tanya loves trails. Like when we do, like on the weekends, we do trails, and she loves those things. She just don't like going to the gym with me because it's nobody.
Is it intimidating? Does it intimidate her?
Because when I go to the gym, I'm not going to talk to nobody. I'm not going to, but it is there, and I go, and I'm this.
So Tanya is more off of heart rate and just active.
Yes.
You more off exertion and building.
Right. When I come home, I'm busted. But I will say this: just because I go to the gym and do whatever, when I get out of bed, my knees still pop.
Oh yeah.
I have to, just like you said, stretching is crazy important. I mean, no matter how much I'm 50, my body is still gonna be 50. I mean,
but you know what? It's some old looking 50s around here that don't do nothing. I mean, hey, I ain't calling no names, but I got some folk that I know that's 50, and man, they struggling, man.
Yeah.
So you should be able to squat. You should be able to do a lunge. You should be able to do jumping jacks. You should be able to do toe touches. And that's not to call anybody out if they can't. It's just like it's never too late to start.
But that's why I'm passionate about this, because it's never, ever too late to start. And just because you're like, I can't do much, do something.
Yeah,
I mean, do something.
Simple things. You can just do stretches. Just stretch out. Those type of things help the shoulders. They help the back. Doing all kind of neck exercises. You see people and they're walking bent over.
Yes.
They never use the muscles in their back. Right. They never use the muscles in their back for anything. When I'm walking to exert energy, I don't walk as fast as you, but I will walk when I'm walking to exert energy.
Right.
I'm walking and I practice my heel that I'm placing forward. I want it to touch the ground. I don't want to just walk on my foot.
Yep.
And that gives you a longer stretch. And you feel it. You feel it. When you're done, it's like, man, that was pretty good. That felt good. That felt good. And you want to stay as young as you can.
As long as you can. That's right.
Cause look, you're not gonna always make children, but you hopefully always practicing.
Yes.
Let's just be real about it.
That's
you
right.
Married, I'm married, we grown.
That's right. That's right.
You want to be able to you
make concessions without the, yeah. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I had 3 pages of facts and stuff. I ain't hard to say none of it. Because I'll tone down from this. People love you guys. I do, but it's a choice.
Right.
Food is a choice. Moving around is a choice. It is a choice, and it is something that you can do. Excuse is an excuse. I will tell you what Coach Carter used to say, but that's vulgar, and I'm not going to say it. But
Carter Shaw, shout out to Carter Shaw.
Shout out to Carter Shaw.
School.
Yes, but I won't say it. But all of us got excuses, and we have to stop. We have to stop. Just do it. Just do something.
Yeah.
Just do something. And
if we have all of this faith, we should be able to push back. We should be able to be disciplined enough to back away from the table. And you know what? Just to be able to live into your 60s and say, if we're able to make it there, if it's God's will, you want to get there and not have to struggle. Right. But again, this is Let's Talk with Casey and Mike. I got notes too. I ain't get a ton of it, man. But
I'm sorry, because I don't mean to interrupt you. Just
go ahead.
If you don't mind, just want to let you guys know that this topic was brought up by a listener. They wanted us to talk about it. I don't know if it's the direction they wanted it to go, but they brought it to us, and I wanted to let you guys know. Please send us an email to letstalkcaseyandmike@gmail.com. It's on the screen. But this is something that was brought to us. It's a serious thing. It is a serious thing. Casey and I are serious about it, and maybe we weren't serious the whole time, but this is just who we are. But this is a very serious subject, and we want to thank the listener who sent that in to us to discuss it, and that's all I have to say, cuz. But you can go ahead and close it out. I'm sorry.
You get a check, go to your doctor, go get all your physicals, go to the dentist, get your teeth clean. Gums and teeth are they're a vessel for so many health issues. Go get all of those things checked. Take your blood pressure routinely. Definitely go get your eyes checked. Definitely, like we talked about with the other discussion, go and get some emotional help, and definitely just be the best version of yourself. So until next week, Let's Talk with Casey and Mike. We love you guys. Stay safe. God bless.
Love you guys. Take care.